Chrissy G here. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having an awesome and blessed week this week. We are continuing our discussion on the things we need to let go of in 2018 and baggage we need to leave here, because in 2019 we are going forth and we're being great, and we're not allowing the things that held us down and held us back in the past to continue to do so. So today we're going to talk about fear of isolation. Fear of isolation. I know a few people, and I've been through it, where you go through a season and a period of isolation where for some reason you can't seem to connect with your friends, or you've had to move to a different state, to a different region, to a different school, different job, whatever the case may be. And in your new season and in your new place, you find yourself being transitioned into a period of isolation, being put in a situation where you're starting to feel somewhat lonely and alone. But I want to tell you, do not fear this current season, because it is working to build up in you a character that you will need for the next level. When I went through my period of isolation, I was resentful, because I'm like, these friends that I've had for years, they don't call me, they don't text anymore. It's like I dropped off the face of the earth, and it was painstaking to try to keep in contact with them and stay connected with them. And I'm the type of person that no matter where I am, I make friends pretty easily. And in that particular season, God wasn't bringing people into my life. I wasn't connecting with anyone. And I started to feel somewhat alone and somewhat, disgruntled, I guess, a little bit. And I'm wondering, God, why am I alone in this season? Why are you putting me in this position where I am silent all the time, where I'm not around laughter and friends and connecting with people? But God said that there was a reason for that. Sometimes in isolation, God uses that time alone to commune with you, to feed into your spirit, and to show you what He wants you to do with your life and what He has for you. During that period of isolation, I went back to school and got my second master's degree, and I discovered my purpose. I discovered what God wanted me to do with my life. It was because I was in isolation that I wasn't allowed or permitted to be distracted by friends, be distracted by drama, be distracted by gossip, or all the other things that kind of plague us in life when we're connected to so many different people. So God took me out of my element. He took me out of the crowd and placed me in isolation so that I could work on me, so that He could work on me, so that I could become the woman that you see standing before you today. So don't fear isolation. Don't fear the moments and seasons in your life where you find yourself not connecting with people, whether it be your family, your friends, whatever the case may be, because there is a reason for this season. There is a reason for your isolation. It is time for you to bear down and put in the work. It is time for you to look introspectively at yourself and say, what is God trying to tell me? What is my purpose? Where am I going in this life? What am I feeding into other people? What am I pouring into other people? What am I contributing to society, to this world, to my family, to my community? Those things are important for where God is trying to take you, because your gift is not for you. Your gift is for the world. Your gift is for those who will be touched and blessed and made all the better because you shared what God had placed in you. So I want to encourage you this season. If you find yourself lonely, if you find yourself in a period of isolation and you are wondering why, look no further and seek no more. Here is your answer. Your isolation is preparation for what God is having for you in the future, what God has for you in 2019. He wants you to take this time to study, to seek yourself, to find His purpose and plan for your life, and to buy into it and to invest in it and to grow and cultivate that into the person that He has called you to be. Greatness doesn't come overnight. You have to work for it. And sometimes you have to sacrifice friendships and relationships and going out and spending money and all the things that you enjoyed doing in the past. You can't do that in this season. In this season, it's time to save. It's time to cut off distractions. It's time to cut off gossip. It's time to cut off toxic relationships. And it's time to grow within yourself. Develop that relationship with God. Develop that self-love that you have. Develop the techniques of self-care, because you'll need it in the time to come, because you're going to be so busy that sometimes you'll forget to take care of yourself. So this is the time to build into yourself characteristics, love, light, knowledge, wisdom, truth, understanding, all the things that you'll need to progress and to grow. This is your season for doing so. So don't fear the isolation. Don't fear being alone, because even though you're lonely, you're never alone, because God is always with you, and He is trying to pour into you something great, and He is trying to show you and reveal to you His plans for your life, because they are more perfect and more amazing than you can ever imagine. But you have to surrender to the moment. You have to surrender to the isolation, to the quietness, to the stillness. Because we can't hear God if we're always surrounded by noise and chaos and gossip and all of this stuff. So turn off the TV, turn off your phone, and focus and breathe and feel God's presence around you. Feel and listen to what He's trying to tell you. Open your eyes to what He's trying to show you. And then act. And then your season to grow, to act will come. And then you will have greater discernment, so that although your connections will be reestablished, your circle will become smaller, only for the necessary people, those who will feed into you and those who you can feed into, because iron sharpens iron. So you will get back into that season where you're connected with people and where you're connected with those who are like-minded and who have the same mission and purpose as you, so that you can grow together. So you still may not even be connected with the people from your past. So you have to keep that in mind, because there's a purpose and a goal and a plan for everything. Now, I'm not saying cut off all of your friendships, but I'm saying be mindful of the purpose of certain relationships and the course that certain relationships can take to an ending. So if you find yourself in a period of isolation, especially in this holiday season, I want to encourage you today. Don't be sad. Don't give into depression. I want you to live in this moment and stand in this moment and know that God is trying to speak to you. So instead of feeling sorry for yourself, ask God, I'm listening. What do you have for me, God? What are you trying to tell me, God? You have my attention. I'm listening. I'm willing, and I'm able to learn and to grow and to let my life be for your glory. So I hope that this encourages someone today. Whoever you may be, if you're going through a period of isolation, if you're going through sort of a drought period in connecting with other people, know that there is a reason and purpose for the season. Embrace it, trust the process, and grow. Love you guys. Have a blessed week. Bye.